Welcome to the Moon Magic Tarot channel. Thank you so much for joining me. And in these readings, we are asking for spirit guidance on what major turning point is about to take place in your life. We're going to draw 3 cards to help guide you in. We have 3 beautiful crystal angels, and we're going to be drawing a rune and a charm also to help to guide you in. Now, I happen to be doing these readings on the solstice, and that's reading number 1, reading 2, and reading 3. But if you're coming to these at a much later date, it's absolutely fine. Doing them on the solstice is marvelous because it's so conducive to leaning into the energy of a turning point. But it's not necessary for you to actually see the readings on the solstice. If you're tuning into them, that's fantastic. If you're coming to them at a later date, that's also fantastic. We find the readings we need at the right time, and so if this is an issue that's right for you, then the readings will be right for you too at any time. So let us have a look at the cards first of all. So okay, wow, beautiful card. So reading number 1, you have the energy of Gemini, cross-pollinate. Okay, and this is sitting with the opalite angel. Okay, we're going to draw a rune and a charm in a moment. Now reading number 2, wow, you have the sun, source energy. Wow, okay, very magical. Particularly for the solstice. And here we have the energy of green aventurine as well, the green aventurine angel. And for reading number 3, transits, climate. This is very interesting. Transits. I'm not going to say any more just yet. And this is coming with the rose quartz angel. Okay. So those are the 3 cards for readings 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and we're going to draw a charm and a rune as well. So reading number 1, you have the rune of joy. Wow. Reading number 2, we have the rune of the spiritual warrior. Reading number 3, we have the rune of strength. Okay. And your charm. Okay, reading number 1. You have the lucky horseshoe. Reading number 2. You have the star, the starfish, in fact. Not just any star, but a starfish. And reading number 3. You have, well, look at the way this is sitting with this card here, the way the circular energy is taking place, and we have the spiral. Wow, okay. So, Super Souls, sit with these if you need to for a moment. You can always press the pause button if you want to stay with them a little bit longer. You may already know which of the readings is speaking to you. It may be more than one, and that's completely fine. And you may actually want to come back to this. This is a timeless reading, really. It's about, you know, what major turning point is about to take place in your life. At any time, you can tune into this reading, and it will be in my timeless playlist. I'm literally building a playlist of timeless readings with all sorts of questions asked and, you know, guidance given by Spirit with all kinds of specific subjects. So Super Souls, I will leave you to tune in and trust your intuition, and I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Reading number 1, welcome. You have been drawn to the Gemini Cross-Pollinate card, the Rune of Joy, the Lucky Horseshoe, and the Opalite Angel. Opalite, it's really interesting, is all about communication. So the fact that you have a Cross-Pollinate card is quite amazing, really. Now I'm going to place the angel just here and the rune here, and the little charm just back on the card. There's a feeling here already of something something being very fertile in terms of communication and the ability to see a turning point that shifts. I'm going to say out of a space of perhaps fogginess to a place of clarity. Now we are today asking what major turning point is about to take place in your life. The rune of joy literally does speak of a new dawn. It's like out of darkness into light, carried across the gap by the wings of heaven. So it's an amazing card. It's an amazing rune to begin with, especially coinciding with this lucky horseshoe. Okay, so your first card, your first oracle card is Spiritual Evolution. Set your heart free. Okay, let me move our other readings out of the way here. Set your heart free. Okay, what are you needing to, say, break through from, or break into, break away from? Bone collector. This is really interesting here. I'm just going to move these around because I feel like I'm going to want, you know, a good amount of room here. And so we have bone collector, magic, prayer, and home. Set your heart free. What major turning point is about to take place in your life? Reading number one. I feel like you are about to be shown something. Literally, almost like a spiritual pathway opens up for you. It's like your calling or your destiny. It's divinely guided. It's like the next step, the turning point is, it's to do with your calling or your purpose. It's something you've wanted for a long, long time, and the timing is about to be right. I always feel like with the bone collector, we're moving into that space of divine timing here. It's like the timing is perfect here. Very interesting, the magic prayer. I feel like someone actually, you know, cross-pollinate. Someone or some aspect of collaboration is going to come into your world potentially and literally set your heart free. I'm going to draw some tarot cards. Which pack shall we use? Yeah, I think we'll use this pack today. This is the Light Seers Tarot. Okay, and actually, I'm going to draw a couple of cards from another pack too. Emperor and Romance. Okay, so let's just look at these tarot cards first of all. So we have Death and Rebirth. There's certainly a turning point. There's certainly a turning point happening for you. Okay. Romance, the Emperor, Father. King of Pentacles. Okay. Now this is really, really interesting because I feel like, reading number one, I feel like someone is about to come into your world who is going to activate a new chapter in your life. There's something that you have been nurturing, but you've been doing it single-handedly. Something you've been bringing forth. You've been at home. It's almost literally not exactly a recluse. It's not quite as reclusive as the hermit, you know, but there's something of that energy around here. It's like you've been going it alone for quite a while, literally going it alone. If anything, I think you have been walking actually already a really spiritual pathway, and I think it's kind of slightly set you apart maybe from some of the people around you. You know, sometimes when we are going through a phase of accelerated personal growth, it kind of can feel a bit like we're leaving people behind, like we're out of sync with them, and we wouldn't want it any other way. But actually, it can also then begin to feel like that spiritual pathway is a little bit isolated, it's a little bit lonely. I think there's going to be a breakthrough moment. I think you are going to connect with someone who is literally going to set your heart free. They're going to, it's like your spiritual journey, your pathway, something that you've been doing on your own is about to break open. You're going to be joined by someone. Someone's going to come in and they are going to elevate your pathway. They're going to take you out of that sense of isolation. It's like your prayers will be answered. They're going to take you out of that sense of isolation, that walking that spiritual pathway alone. It's like, in a way, I feel like, reading number one, that you're already a leader in your own field. And again, I want to say leadership is quite a lonely place. You know, when you're making your mark in the world, it's like when you get promotion and that you really, really wanted the promotion and you know you deserve it. But suddenly the people who were your colleagues are now you're sort of like the team that you manage, and the relationship changes. And you can't just be best buddies anymore, because you actually have to tell them what to do, or you have to support them in a different way. There's a different layer, and it's like you've risen through something here. And that's been amazing because it's part of your journey. It's part of your destiny. It's part of your calling. But I think it's been really isolated for you. And I think what your spirit team are saying here, the major turning point that is about to take place in your life is that you are no longer going to be walking that spiritual pathway alone. For some of you, this will literally be a romantic partner. It will be a soul connection, somebody who can handle the leadership role that you are taking. Death and rebirth, King of Pentacles. I just feel you've really been investing strongly in something. You know who you are. But that's tough. It is honestly quite tough to find an equal partnership sometimes if you are really in a leadership position. It takes someone who can handle your success actually without sinking into envy, without competing with you, or without kind of leaning on you too heavily. This is an equal partnership here. This is someone who will literally support you to be the best you can be. They will support your leadership. I think they're going to seriously admire you, okay? But they're going to celebrate you. They're going to celebrate your success. The Knight of Wands is a card of real out there celebration. So it's something you have been nurturing for a long time. And it is interesting because there's very much a feeling of a turning point where you move from this singular pathway to a space where you become a couple. It's really interesting because this lucky horseshoe, this is actually, I don't know if you've ever walked past a church after there's been a marriage and there's confetti everywhere. It's always, I used to love it as a child particularly. I don't think they throw confetti so much these days because of the sort of environmental impact, which is fair enough. You know, but you can get really good biodegradable stuff now. But it was always full of horseshoes. Always full of horseshoes. I just feel like this is, I'm just going to place that there. I just want to bring this card up because look at the two, look, I just want to look at the synchronicities in this reading. Okay. We're moving to a place where there's, it's like even the Seven of Pentacles, it's like there's, you're putting down roots. There's what is above is below. We have the Knight of Romance. We have these two kind of worker bees. This is someone coming into your life who will, it means that whatever you are bringing forth, whatever you're nurturing, you're no longer going to feel like you're doing it in isolation. And the timing, you know, we've got this sense of nurture, of coming together. The Knight of Hearts. Look at the timing though. Look at these cards. You know, we have the clock here, and we have a clock here as well. Bone collector, you have been gathering wisdom, knowledge, information. But you have longed to not be doing this on your own. I feel like this door is about to open. That is the magical turning point that I think your spirit team are saying to you. Look, the turning point that is about to happen is that someone's going to join you, and it is going to transform your life. And you won't have to relinquish or give up your leadership or your career pathway or your spiritual direction. This is someone who is going to celebrate your spiritual direction. They will be nurturing you. They will be walking alongside you. You know, reading number one, I am going to draw more cards. I feel I really, really want to draw more cards for you. I'm going to move these along. I'm just going to draw an Angel Answers card to place here, I think. And then I think what we're also going to do is actually draw some more tarot cards, just to see if we can be given a bit more guidance and a bit more information about how this is actually going to happen. So reading number one, we're tuning in with what major turning point is about to happen in your life. You're ready. Look at that card. You are ready for this. You are so ready for this, reading number one. And two cards actually flipped over. You are ready, and within the next few weeks. Now I was going to sit this here, but I'm just going to put those bang in the middle here. You're ready within the next few weeks. So we are being told, your spirit team are saying to you, look, this is imminent. Okay, this is not, you know, a year from now. This is imminent, and you are so ready for this. Reading number one, I am over the moon for you, because this feels like, it feels like the moment you've been waiting for, the prayer, your prayers being answered, because it's a real tough call to walk that pathway and hold it firm in the face of sometimes actually having to let go of situations, people, circumstances, because they don't resonate with that higher vibration. And actually, this is you finding that person to walk with you, to support you, to celebrate you. I mean, this just feels fabulous. So I'm going to draw from another tarot pack just to see what additional information we're given about how this might emerge. How is this going to roll out for reading number one? Reading number one, I'm really excited for you. This is so the new dawn that you've been waiting for, the rune of joy. You know, it really is out of darkness into light, a new dawn carried across the gap by the wings of heaven. It's just a beautiful energy. Queen of Cups, super nice energy. I'm going to take that one too. See what we have here. Oh, this is lovely. Okay, so we have the Three of Wands. Look at this, you know, the Eight of Swords here. This is our last card, but you know, you just didn't think this was ever going to happen. You know, you really did not think. Eight of Swords, you just didn't believe. You'd reached a point, I almost feel you'd reached that point where you just thought, you know what, I'm just going to walk this pathway because this is what's right. You know, there are some things we can't compromise on in life, and actually our spiritual pathway, our calling, our resonance, our higher vibration is one of those things. And I think honestly, you'd reached a point where you just didn't believe it was happening. But this is going to happen, and I think when it happens, my goodness me, it's going to happen quite quickly. We have the Knight of Wands here. So we have, let's go through these cards, you know, the additional guidance from your spirit team as to how this is going to emerge. So first of all, Queen of Cups, I just want to say, carry on doing what you're doing. This isn't something that you need to make happen. Just carry on doing what you're doing, walking that pathway, being yourself, tuning in and aligning with the greater good. You know, you are like a lotus flower. Your energy is becoming more and more magnetic. You are like a lotus flower opening up. Very, very interesting, you know, within the next few weeks. So hold your energy, hold your vision, just continue doing what you're doing, continue being magnificent and being you. It's like things are going to line up for you. We have the Three of Wands. You know, the threes are always a kind of a celebration, a breakthrough point, an early stage of completion in some way, shape or form. So it's very interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if this person comes into your life through some aspect of the work that you're doing. You know, you reach a stage of completion and it opens a pathway that takes you, it like leads you to each other. Because it's, you know, a new dawn is coming. You know, this rune is literally a new dawn, and we have the Eight of Cups sailing into, I want to say sailing into the sunset together, but you know, this is the kind of energy that's here, but it literally is a new dawn. It's sailing into a new chapter of your life, and yet you don't lose your fundamental calling and pathway, your purpose, whatever you've been working at, your leadership qualities. This person can handle that. Okay. We have the Four of Discs. You know, there's going to be, they're going to believe in you. That's what I really want to say here. They are going to believe in you. They may be a little hesitant when they first meet you, because I think they're going to be so in awe of you. But the spark is there, the chemistry is there, and truly this is something that you honestly, I think some of you really had reached a point where you just thought, this is never going to happen, I'm just going to crack on with what I need to do, I'm going to work at it. It's ironically enough, I think for a lot of you it will be through a work opening or a creative opening or an avenue of something you're pursuing that is going to bring this person into your life. But reading number one, I think the major turning point that is about to take place in your life is the entry point of someone who will cross-pollinate with you, who will walk alongside you, support you in being the best you can be, celebrate you. You can completely continue on your pathway, but you will no longer be alone. And it just feels magnificent. I am blown away by this reading for you. I really, really am. Reading number one, truly blown away. It's absolutely gorgeous. Super, super souls. If you have enjoyed this reading, I've been doing these readings on the solstice because the energy is so perfect to tune into a turning point. But you know, if you could be looking at this in several months' time, and the timing will be right for you. We always find, I believe, the right readings for us at the right time. This reading is in my Timeless playlist, and I'll put the link in the information box and in the comments along with the timestamps, because you know that Timeless playlist is full of readings that answer specific questions, so you can find stuff at any time. And I post readings every single Sunday with weekly guidance from Spirit. So if you'd like to get notification as soon as I post anything, whether it's a random Timeless reading or a solstice reading or a full moon reading or one of the weekly Sunday guidance from Spirit readings, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, they should come into your stream. And wonderful, wonderful, super, super souls, thank you for joining me. I actually do give away a free private reading every month as well. I have like a subscriber offer. It's a way of me connecting with just some of you more personally. I also give away a pack of these oracle cards. We haven't used them in the reading today, but if you'd like to be in that prize draw, it is a subscriber offer, and I have a subscriber email list. So I'll put the link to that in the information as well. And guys, if you add yourself to that, once you're on the list, you're on it forever. My colleague draws the names out of a hat, and I announce the winners once a month after one of the Sunday readings. So if you're on that list, watch out for the announcements. So super souls, reading number 1, I am blown away for you, utterly blown away. Just tons and tons of love, so much love to you, truly. This is just magnificent, and I want to say, my goodness me, you deserve it. Welcome, reading number 2. You have been drawn to the Sun card, Source Energy, the Rune of the Spiritual Warrior, the Starfish, and the Green Aventurin Angel. Now, first of all, we're going to draw some oracle cards. Divine Will. Gosh, look at the sun coming through here again. Reading number 2. This says let go of fear. Wow, the rune of the spiritual warrior. This rune speaks of discernment, cutting away the old, walking that pathway. This is just incredible, because it's like, look at the energy of this card coming through here. You know, it's like this just feels like the most extraordinary reading of empowerment. You know, source energy available to you. Let me put this card over here. In fact, let's just pop that up there. Put the angel here, and our rune, we'll just leave it here for the time being. So, divine will. So we are asking for reading number 2, what major turning point is about to take place in your life. I feel like some kind of an opening is coming here for you. It's like something that will connect you to, gosh, your source of empowerment. It's like something's just going to channel through you in some way, shape or form. Let's draw more cards for you. We have the card of encouragement. That's really nice, from your spirit team. Okay, so we have the card of encouragement. We have stuck in the mud, and we have rock bottom. This is really interesting. Stuck in the mud is fascinating, because it actually is a card that says don't try to make something happen. And look what we have here, divine will, let go of fear. You know, rock bottom. Rock bottom says you've got to a place, or you have experienced a place. Reading number 2. I'm going to draw a lot more cards around this. You have experienced a place, I think, where, you know, you felt like you were in kind of pretty murky waters. But that, my dear, reading number 2, is about to change, and you are encouraged not to push forwards to try and make it happen. I'm sorry, because I think that the light is shining so brightly, but I don't on this card. But do you know, I just think that is actually perfect. You know, if we think about the fact that everything that happens for a reason, and look at this, you have the card of rock bottom here, okay, which is really telling us that you have, gosh, been pushed to the depths of something. And what happens? We put it here, and the light just is blinding right in the center of this. And truly, this was not happening in reading number 1. You know, it's just the way the light is falling now. But isn't that incredible? You know, and moving into the card of encouragement. Stuck in the mud says don't try to make it happen. It's like source energy is actually with you here. You are being nurtured, you're being encouraged. Green Aventurin, I always feel when I sit with this angel, it's like someone just put a blanket around my shoulders, and I'm just being nurtured and loved, and it's beautiful. So let's draw some tarot cards here, because we want more information really here for reading number 2. What major turning point is about to happen and to take place in your life? I'm going to leave it at that for a moment. Reading number 2. Okay, So this is really interesting. We have the card of Judgment. Because again, this card, you look at the imagery of this card, it's like, I almost feel like it's almost like the phoenix rising from the ashes, but it's like your soul becoming liberated. Divine will, let go of fear. Do you know, I just honestly feel like whatever you have been through, and we're going to ask more information about that in a moment, reading number 2. But whatever you've been through, my goodness me, it's about to shift. So whatever you have felt caged in by, trapped by, you know, something hasn't worked out. But the energy is going to shift. Oh my God, it's going to shift quickly. Wow. Okay, it's going to shift quickly. So we're going to need to, how are we going to get all these cards here? Because look at this. Let's bring this down here so you can see it. You're going to be liberated. So we have the Judgment card. We have the Six of Cups. This is nostalgia. It's like, I feel like there's regret here over something that didn't work out, or a reflection. I venture to say, reading number 2, and we'll draw some more cards here, but I feel like you've come out of a situation where people almost left you feeling as though you were in the wrong, like you were full of self-doubt. Or, you know, when if you meet someone who's quite manipulative, or circumstances are such that you're disempowered by something, and when that happens, I think what often happens is that someone who has a really strong conscience, and I can see that you do, you are a really strong soul. You have thought, gosh, what did I do wrong? What was my part to play in this? You've been really self-responsible about this. So you've been looking back, Six of Cups, reminiscing, looking back and thinking, what could I have done differently? Where did it go wrong? You know, almost like blaming yourself. Okay. But that is going to shift here. It's really going to shift. There is a new beginning here, and this is going to happen very quickly. The Page of Cups, this is the Pigs Might Fly card. The Chariot we have, so Ace of Cups, the Chariot, the Page of Cups, and the Devil. And the Devil really for me is about, it's ultimately a card of liberation. We cut the cords that tie us. We stop being bound by something. Yeah. Something has been holding you hostage by fear. You know, someone has used fear to manipulate you or to maneuver you into a position. And it's kind of like that is actually, reading number 2, I think that's about to end. And do you know, I just feel like your spirit team are working behind the scenes. You know, it's like the universe is absolutely pioneering for you. The heavens are going to open and the way will be shown. This is going to shift significantly. Let's draw some more cards from another tarot pack. Let's ask, you know, what's been going on around reading number 2? What was taking place for you? We have the Seven of Discs. We have the Sun. King of Swords. Okay, the Emperor. And the Wheel of Fortune. This is really interesting. So, let's talk you through these cards. Seven of Discs, the Sun, King of Swords, the Emperor, and the Wheel of Fortune. What we were asking here was more information about your circumstances. What is it that you've been coming through, or you're moving from? What is it that you need to shift? And your spirit team are saying this major turning point that is about to happen in your life is that basically you are going to release the fear that has been used as a weapon against you, I think, for some of you. So what I'm seeing is this Seven of Discs, I feel like there has been a connection with someone. Okay, now your energy is good. You know, we have the sun and we have the sun. You are a bright spark. You know, you are a bright soul. I feel like you've met a taker, someone who saw you in I think in quite a calculated way. King of Swords here. I think they looked at you in quite a calculated way as someone who could bring about a shift in their fortune. They didn't look at you in terms of what they could bring into your life in an equal way. They looked at what they could take from you. Okay? They weren't looking to give, they were looking at how could you, in your light, in your amazingness, how could you transform their life for them? What would you give to them? What would you bring to them? What is wonderful here is, despite the fact that I honestly think they really caged you in, and I think they gave you a lot of self-doubt, you're coming out of that. The turning point, the major turning point that is about to take place in your life is the shift away from being governed by the fear that this kind of person has left with you. Okay, you're going to cut the cords. You're going to be liberated. It's time to stop judging yourself. It's time to stop looking back. And what is interesting, because we have here the Ace of Cups, you know, and the Page of Cups, you know, it may be that someone comes into your life and actually, if this was an intimate relationship where somebody gave you a very hard time and it's left its mark, I think someone new is going to come into your life and really spark your desire. Okay, I think make you believe again. But if this reading is not speaking to you of relationship and it's a different situation, if say it's a working situation or whatever area of your life, I think someone is still going to come in and give you something. Circumstances will happen that will create an opening for you to re-find your emotional clarity, your own heart strength, your own center of creative gravity. It will return to you again. So I'm going to draw some more cards. I'm going to draw some angel answer cards for reading number 2. So just see if there is any additional information we are given, and we can see what has happened here. You know, somebody was really, they were just a taker. You know, they saw you as a source that they could use rather than a source to contribute to. But this is shifting because the fear is moving on. So let's ask for more information for reading 2 about about the major turning point. I think we can see what the turning point is, but can we be given some more guidance perhaps as to how this might be happening? Okay, so let's move these up. So you have a card that says there's no need to worry. Okay, so it's very reassuring. Your spirit team are reassuring you. There's no need to worry. If you believe, you have to learn to say no. Okay? You have to say no. This is really interesting because it's like you cutting the cords and saying, do you know what? I'm not putting up with this anymore. You don't need to worry. I want to say, I think there's been a fear of retribution or of repercussion, but there's no need to worry. You're being told here there is no need to worry. Yeah, abundance is coming your way. I feel like I'm wanting to say, open your arms to receive. Okay. Gosh, I'm just seeing this card coming through here. Again, Ace of Cups and the Chariot. Abundance. If you have been felt locked in by somebody due to perhaps financial constraints, I think that's going to shift. Okay. Even just saying no, placing a boundary. I mean, this is what the rune of the spiritual warrior is about. And I feel like the starfish, I mean, it's like luck is on your side. I just feel like, you know, spirit, your spirit team is absolutely rooting for you. I think the way will be shown. It's saying no to something here, really, that is really key here, and believing that you deserve, really. I'm going to draw from the Art of Manifestation cards as well, or at least one. Yeah. The inner critic. Okay, so this card asks you to transform your inner critic into an inner critique. The realistic appraisal and constructive feedback of a critique will enhance your ability to step into the very best version of yourself, whereas ongoing and persistent criticism will wear you down, eroding your confidence and your belief in your abilities. Okay, the residue of a circumstance, a person or a set of people, whether it is really present in your life now, or whether it's historic and it's like stuff you grew up with, or circumstances that you experienced along the way, it left you with a raging inner critic. You've been so full of self-judgment, and it's that self-judgment that is about to shift. Because when we are full of self-judgment, we keep an energy of fear around us, because we're always expecting others to judge us as well. And it's time to relinquish this. Beautiful, beautiful reading number 2. You are absolutely, you're amazing. It's like you are a bright spark, and people are drawn to you sometimes because you are a bright spark. You are a bit of a magnet for takers because you are actually rather amazing. You know, it's honestly how it is. I'm going to draw more cards from the Art of Manifestation pack, actually. But you are amazing, and I think people are drawn to you. It's like a magnet. Yeah, gossip and drama. You get, people are attracted to you. And the card of compromise, you know, gossip and drama, talking behind people's backs, is one of the greatest producers of negative energy, with the potential to affect not only individuals but entire communities. Make a choice again to say no. Don't involve yourself in this. You know, if we can't, this card says if you can't find anything positive to say, then don't say it at all. But I think that this is the kind of stuff that goes on around you with takers. Compromise. Actually, sometimes what this card says is you compromise too much. Don't compromise yourself. Learn to say no. Bless your past. Let go of the past. It's time to shift that inner critic. Oh, this is awesome. Be your brilliant self. Allow yourself to receive. I mean, it's just lovely. It is just absolutely gorgeous and lovely. Be your brilliant self. You honestly, reading number 2, you are a bright, bright spark. And you will attract, actually, sometimes people who are takers, because they're drawn to you. They're envious of you, but they're kind of wanting to kind of, you know, they're energy vampires, really, basically. That is what is about to shift. That is the major turning point that is about to take place in your life. It is a shift away from a place where you are constantly attracting these people, because the moment you say no, your energy changes and they know that they can't get away with it anymore. The moment you step up and just say, no, that's not for me, I'm not doing it, I'm not buying into this, the moment you do that, your whole energy shifts. And you know, people don't, takers go to people who will give to them. You know, they are very, very highly attuned to who will give and who won't. And the moment you decide you're not going to, they will go and look elsewhere. Energy vampires need people who will give to them. They need givers. And the moment you firm up your boundaries, they will vanish, they will disappear. So truly, truly, the shift for you, reading number 2, the next major turning point that is about to take place in your life is a liberation. And what you are promised is this incredible abundance. It's like all of the light that you put into the world, you can start to receive it for yourself rather than endlessly giving and giving to everyone else. And actually, reading number 2, you are the kind of person, because you are such a bright spark, that you are the person who should have abundance, because you will have an abundance to give. It's just about becoming discerning about who you're going to give it to and where you're going to place it. Because if we give to the takers, we maintain an imbalance, whereas if we give to the right kind of ventures, projects, people, circumstances, everybody is then thriving. It's the drains and radiators syndrome, actually. That's what I need to say to you. You know, some people are drains, some people are radiators. You're a radiator, you shine, okay? You radiate warmth. Now, if what happens is, if you're a radiator, you will often attract drains, okay? So, but you know, you need to get discerning and say no to the drains, because the moment you say no, you'll start attracting other radiators. And when two radiators get together, the abundance is infinite. But when a radiator gets with a drain, they just end up being at rock bottom. Okay, and that is what's shifting. I love the way the light has just lit that card up. It's just monumental. It's almost like the universe is saying, do you know what, you're amazing. We've had enough of this kind of stuff. We are really stepping in here and supporting you, because it's high time this changed. You are amazing. You are brilliant. Bless your past. Let it go. Stop compromising. Don't buy into this stuff. Let go of the inner critic. Allow yourself to receive. And the moment you start to say no, it's the pivotal turning point. I think everything will shift. That is the next turning point that is major in your life. Beautiful, amazing, absolutely stunningly bright sparks of reading number 2. I am giving you so much love. Super Souls, if you would like to get notification of any of my readings, whether it's these spontaneous readings or I post every Sunday with weekly guidance from Spirit, you know, this goes into my timeless playlist. I am creating a timeless playlist where I'm just building it and just putting endless readings as, you know, constant upgrades of specific questions, so that you can find answers when you need to. And the timeless playlist link is in the information box below. But if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, you should get notification as soon as I post anything. And also, I give away a pack of these cards, the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards, every month, and a free private reading. It's a subscriber offer. It's my way of giving something to you guys in a more personal way. I have a subscriber email list, and again, I'll put the link in the information box. If you add yourself to that, once you're on it forever. And my colleague draws the names out of a hat every month, and I announce them after one of the Sunday readings. So Super Souls, if you want to be in that subscriber offer, just add yourself to it. Reading number 2, I'm in awe of you, because you are a giver. You have been through some real tough stuff, and you've been pushed to your limits. It's time to turn that around, and the universe is literally paving the way for you. This is beautiful. High time you allowed yourself to receive. But yeah, say no. Tons of love. Welcome, reading number 3. You've been drawn to the card of transits, climate, the rune of strength, this beautiful rose quartz angel, and the spiral, the symbol of the spiral. This is really intriguing for me, because it is as if the cogs and the wheels of the universe are turning here. So in this reading, we are asking what major turning point is about to take place in the lives of reading number 3. Let's draw an oracle card first. Okay, we have eternal love. Beautiful card. Wow. Eternal union, new love is forming. I have to say, these readings have had quite an unexpected, perhaps, aspect of relationship about them. Not perhaps entirely, but reading number 1 did a little bit as well. So if you've been drawn to both, that would make sense if you are looking for a soulmate connection. Let's draw more cards to see what is taking place. What is the major turning point about to take place in the lives of reading number 3? I'm going to place this here too, as it feels that speaking to us too. So, One Ring Circus, rescue, protecting treasure. Okay, now the light is a bit bright for us there, so let's place these just here and see what we're shown to start with. Maybe we can get them up here, I think. Maybe that's going to work. One ring circus, rescue, protecting treasure, and we will just have a look. Ah, bone collector. Okay, so there's real divine timing taking place here. Okay. Are we seeing everything here? Yeah, we can get that in there. This is really interesting, reading number 3, because I'm kind of feeling like you're feeling quite vulnerable, and yet you are protected. Okay, this is really interesting. Look at this card here. Let me move these to one side for a moment. This is like, almost for me, the imagery of this is like a rebirth. You know, it's a grown-up body, but in a fetal position, right in the center here of this extraordinary kind of the cogs of the universe. The transits, the planets moving around and connecting together through sacred geometry. I've always felt that the rune of strength says that the universe has your back. The universe is supporting you. It's really interesting. I actually think that the energy of new love is around you. And yet there's some insecurity around you about it, which is really, really interesting. Let's draw more cards and see what we are showing for reading number 3. Yeah, it's like you're protective of yourself. You're fearful that this isn't going to work out in some way, but actually I feel like there's divine timing, and you know, this is, you are protected. The universe is totally wishing to support you in this. And I actually feel like this is a relationship that could not exactly rescue you, but it could lift you from those fears and doubts. That's what I want to say. So we're asking for more information for reading number 3 about what major turning point is about to take place in their life. Page of Cups. This is the Pigs Might Fly card. The Moon. 9 of Wands. 4 of Wands and Page of Wands. Okay, this is very interesting. So I do feel it's a little bit like, this is really interesting, reading number 3, because I feel like the universe is absolutely protecting you, holding you, nurturing you, navigating this possibility for you. And yet there's so much self-doubt around you. I'm going to ask about this person actually coming into your life. If you are not looking for a relationship reading, it may be that this reading isn't quite right for you. You might be one of the others that is more relevant, unless it is some aspect of relationship that is transforming a part of your world. But I feel there is a massive degree of self-doubt and fears, insecurities, as if you are frightened that this won't work out, almost like there are trust issues going on. And yet we have this card, Believe, the Page of Cups, Pigs Might Fly. And here we see the Moon. You see, in a way, it's like a rite of passage. We have the Moon and the 9 of Wands, the 4 of Wands, which is a card of celebration, and the Page of Wands, which is, you know, let's manifest. Let's make this happen. We can bring this to life. 9 of Wands is like almost like, again, it's like feeling like there's a hurdle that we have to cross to get there. And the moon as well, it's a rite of passage. It's almost as though we dive deep before we can come back up to the surface. So there's something around, even though new love is forming, and we have rose quartz, which is all about eternal love, unconditional love. The rune of strength, which is beautiful. Although sometimes, you know, with strength, I think a bit like the card of strength, it highlights that we're also maybe feeling a little vulnerable. You know, sometimes it's really helpful to recognize our vulnerability is also our strength, because that's the honesty of you. There's a toing and froing here. There's something that I feel as if there's something in the way of you being able to believe that this is possible. So I'm going to ask for some more information about who it is that's coming into your life, because I feel that's the turning point is to do with love, and yet there is something inhibiting something, or a concern that there is something in the way, or a block of some sort. So let's ask for more information, because about what is going to shift, because something is going to shift here. We have the Four of Wands and the Page of Wands. So what is it that's going to create a turning point, a major turning point for reading number 3? Let's ask first of all about who is coming, who is the energy, what's the energy of the person that's around you? What is the energy of new love? Okay, Three of Wands. What do they think about you? What do they feel about you? Okay. Okay, so let's look at what the energy of new love that's around you, what are they feeling about you? What do they think? What's going on here? Okay, so we have Three of Wands, the Judgment card, the Empress, the Eight of Swords, the Magician, and the Seven. Okay. Okay, reading number 3. I actually feel like, interestingly enough, although they are definitely interested in you, and you are definitely interested in them, and it feels like a total soulmate connection, it's as if it's like there's something about neither of you have really seen who you really are yet. Okay, it's like something has caused the Judgment card. Something has stopped things, or caused you, maybe both of you, I feel, interestingly enough, I don't think it's just this person, to wonder about who you really are. You know, there's something that's been going on that has caused you to feel like you're not sure about them, and I think that they don't know if they're really sure about you. It's kind of like you don't really know each other very well, or you haven't seen the full picture yet, and yet you kind of know. It's really interesting, because this is an incredibly powerful card. New love is forming, eternal union. So there's a real connection between you both, okay? There's a really strong connection between you both. And in a way, it's like you want to, the Empress, you want to nurture this, you want to make it happen, you want to birth it into the world. And yet, it's like you're afraid that there's something you don't know about them. And I think they're sort of the same. I don't think they have a really clear picture of you either. Something's got in the way of you being able to, you know, really move this forwards at the moment. You know, it's interesting here. We have the Magician card and the Seven of Discs, which is creating choices, but also division. I'm seeing division here. Right, the Magician is sometimes a card of the trickster. Okay. It's like the Hyoka of the Native Americans, the trickster energy. Sometimes that's what the Magician is. I feel like there's been an involvement with a third party who's sort of, there's a trickster energy around you. Either somebody hasn't presented something properly to you, the information hasn't been given, or it was distorted, you weren't given the full picture, or there was a bit of kind of underhanded, you know, the judgment, the criticism going on. But I actually feel this has created a kind of, or it was designed to create a division. So I can see why you're feeling, reading number 3, a little bit reticent here. I feel like you kind of want it to happen. I actually think they want it to happen too. I mean, both of you in a way, actually I think do believe that this could really be an eternal union. It's got that spark. And this, I think, is the next major turning point that is about to take place in your life. It's connected to this connection, to this relationship, to the emergence, to the rebirth of something. But I'm going to ask more information because I feel that something has been going on that has caused this connection to stumble or falter or not be manifested or move forwards. It's created some divisions, some fears, some concerns, like the wool was pulled over your eyes or their eyes. There's a trickster energy around here. So what shall we draw next? I'm going to draw from the Angel Answer Pack first of all. We're asking for more information about this situation. You know, will there be a turning point really? Because it feels like this person, this connection is the turning point. This is the turning point, that the major turning point that is about to take place in your life. But how does this relate, the trickster energy? What's going on? Okay. We have look for a sign and peaceful resolution. That feels really super nice. Okay, really super nice. So I think whatever this conflict, division was, or has been, whatever's created this situation where I think you have felt as though you couldn't really access this person and they couldn't really access you, like something got in the way, or someone, you know, for some of you, someone got in the way. You know, there was judgment or criticism, fears, something got in the way of this, and yet the spark is just huge between you. But we are seeing a peaceful resolution, so look for the signs. There'll be indications that allow you and help you to navigate through this. I'm going to draw from another tarot pack. Yeah, I think we'll use this. So we are asking, you know, what major turning point? So we know that there is someone who is part of this major turning point for reading number 3. What is actually going to happen? How is this going to evolve? How are they going to move through this situation? What will the sign be for reading number 3 to help to move this situation on? So we have our first card. Ah, lovely. So Page of Stones, Lynx. Now Lynx energy is really interesting because Lynx energy is very, very wise in terms of knowing when to take action. Okay, they know when to pounce. I mean, if any of you have looked even at a domestic cat when they are hunting, they sit absolutely still and they wait and they watch and they know exactly when to move. And that is Lynx energy. Timing is going to be really important here. You'll know when to move and you will be shown a sign. And what I do want to say is, I think the sign will come like a lightning bolt from the sky. It's going to be really clear. Something is going to happen here. This will be the major turning point. It's kind of like two major turning points. On the one hand, it's this eternal union. On the other hand, it's a shift away from this energy. So I think you'll be shown a sign, and it will be like a bolt from the blue that opens up the possibility of something moving. And you know, we have the card of boredom here, the Four of Vessels. We have the Hooded Man, Two of Bows, decision. Oh, awesome. And we have the Stag energy, which is a bit like the Emperor. Okay, right. So what I'm going to say, the next major turning points, the information we're being given here by your spirit team, reading number 3, is that honestly, you don't have to worry about this, and you don't have to force it to happen. You know, it's going to happen. It will be like a bolt from the blue. Something is going to happen in a very unexpected way, or I say unexpected, but it will be radical, it'll be sudden, it'll be something will take place, and you will just know that the timing is right for action. Indeed, I would venture to say this person may actually spring into action as well. And you know, this may wake up your apathy. You know, that's what I feel. It's going to open a door for you. It's going to illuminate the way. Something is going to happen, and it will feel like divine timing. That's really all I can say. And it will open up the pathway. If you have a look at this card, look, the Hooded Man. And, you know, it's like, in many ways, this is like the death and rebirth card. You know, sometimes death is shown as a hooded man, but this is lighting the way to open a door. A doorway is going to open, and it's going to come in a way that creates an opportunity to take action, to make a decision. Something's going to become really, really clear to you. May also actually become very, very clear to them too. I'm very curious. I'm still going to draw even more cards, because actually reading number 3, I'm curious as to whether when the sign comes through, we have a peaceful resolution, which is beautiful. Two of Bowls, decision, the Stag, leadership, taking charge. I'm curious as to whether it is this person who comes in, takes action, wakes you up from your apathy and your boredom, and you getting really fed up and thinking, is this ever going to happen, kind of thing. Or is it actually they that take action and shift away? You know, is it you or is it them? Or is it something that happens that creates a clarity for you? So you no longer wait. You make a decision because you can see exactly what you need to do with clarity. There will be a peaceful resolution here, but there's just such a strong connection here that I am really curious. I am going to draw even more cards for you, beautiful souls, reading number 3, because this, you know, we need to follow this through. We need to see where this is going. What is this, you know, we're wanting to ask more information about the sign that's coming, and will you be making a decision? Or, you know, yes, maybe you will be, but who's going to be taking action? How is this sign coming in? It's going to come with kind of divine timing. Let's draw from another pack, another tarot. We're asking for more information about how this sign is going to happen. We can see the timing will be right. We can see it's going to shake something up and move it forwards, just at a point when you thought it would never happen. And it will transform, and it will lead to a decision and something being moved forwards. But we are asking for reading number 3. More information about the sign, and more information about the outcome, really, I feel we're asking for. This was really speaking to me here. Okay. Okay. So we have, look at these cards, we have the Shadow. We have the Empress. We have the Knight of Hearts, romance and clarification. Okay, this is now becoming clear. This is now becoming very, very clear, because we have the Empress and the Empress here. You know, let's move that down. Okay. I think whatever fears this situation has created, the Hayoka energy, the trickster energy, whoever that is and whatever that is about, you know, I think it could be a third party or but whatever it is, there's the energy of something around that has put a spanner in the works. Okay, that's what I can see. It's created fear. I think that's going to be let go of. Something is going to happen that will shift the energy so that the fear is just recognized as for what it is, that it was a concern and a worry, but it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. To have the Empress twice, I actually think this person will come forward. I think they're going to come forward. I think they're going to approach you. And because actually I think they're going to voice their feelings. Okay. So I feel this row of cards here is about you. You're sort of sitting there wondering whether you should take action or not. You know, will this actually ever happen? Yes. I want to say yes, I think this will happen. I think this person will overcome their fears. They will overcome the doubts that have been put in their mind by this situation. So I think that the major turning point in your life is all to do with this eternal new love forming, this connection with someone. I'm sure you already know who they are, actually. Somebody or something has put a spanner in the works, created a delay, but they are going to recognize that what was going on was exactly that. It was a spanner in the works. And I think that they will overcome their fear. I think they will come forwards to you. They will come forwards, and I think they're going to voice how they feel. They're going to demonstrate or show you how they feel. They're going to come forwards, and you will find the clarity too. It's a two-way thing, because new love is forming. It is a two-way thing. This is a big shift here. And I would venture to say, reading number 3, that I actually think in many ways part of this incredible eternal union is because both of you have experienced some challenges in the past, and therefore both of you have been mindful about how to approach this and about the timing of it. But I really wish to give you reassurance from your spirit team, from your guides, because your angels, because actually new love is forming. We can't rush it, and yes, there has been some trickster energy or somebody getting in the way, something getting in the way. But this will shift, this will turn. Just when you thought it would never happen, the way will become clear, something will happen. And the decisiveness will come, the fear and the shadows will be overcome. In fact, actually, the Hayoka trickster energy, maybe that will be illuminated in some way, shape or form, and you know, things will move forwards at that point. I'm not given an indication of timing, but we were asking about, you know, what is the next major turning point, you know, in your life that is about to take place. So I don't think we're talking a long time away, really, to be quite honest, reading number 3, because we are asking what is about to take place. So reading number 3, I am feeling kind of thrilled for you. I feel like it's going to feel like a bit of a slog to get through something, because you're going to sit and just think, oh, it's never going to happen. Don't lose faith. Don't get despondent, because, you know, this is a beautiful reading. The decision will be made. The fears will be overcome. The shadows will be understood. The motivation of the trickster energy will be understood and seen for what it is. And the ability to then nurture this relationship into being will happen, and clarification will come. So reading number 3, you know, there's going to be a beautiful, peaceful resolution here, and things are going to move forwards. Interestingly, I said at the very beginning with this rune of strength, it always feels like slow and steady progress. It doesn't feel like something that will, it doesn't mean it won't happen quite quickly, as it were, but rather than it being like bam, 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 there we are, it's like, it's kind of like, it's the difference between jumping on, to get up onto a wall, like jumping on a trampoline and going boing and you're there, as opposed to climbing up a ladder rung by rung. And this is a climbing up the ladder rung by rung, but it's really worth getting there when you get there. Okay, and that's the energy of this slow, steady progress, but it will happen, and it will be very solid and very real. So super souls, if this is resonating with you, if you would like to get notification of any of my readings, do subscribe and press the little bell icon. They should come into your stream. Now this is part of my timeless playlist readings. I've set up a timeless playlist, and all of the readings answer very specific questions like yes or no, or what is this person thinking about, or how will this situation pan out. Now I'm literally building this playlist. I'm adding to it all of the time. I post the readings spontaneously, so if you're subscribed, you should get them into your stream, but you can check out that timeless playlist as well if you're looking for guidance or you're having a wobble at any time. And I also post readings every single Sunday with weekly guidance from Spirit. So one way or the other, there's a ton of readings uploading for you all of the time to support you on your pathway. I also, not last but not least, I give away a free private reading every month, and also a pack of these oracle cards. So super souls, if you'd like to be in my prize draw, it's a subscriber offer, and I have a subscriber email list. Once you're on that list, you're on it forever. And I'll put the link in the information box and the comments. My colleague draws the names out of a hat every month, and I post the winners, the names of the winners, after one of the Sunday readings, which my weekly readings are always posted on Sunday. So super souls, thank you for joining me. Reading number 3, slow and steady wins the race. This is going to get there. Don't get despondent. And I think it's sort of almost going to just suddenly the clarification will come, and it will happen just like that. But it's like step by step unveiling, unfolding, seeing of something in order to find that clarity and move it forwards. But it means it's very real when it comes. It's really beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Reading number 3, I am just sending you all the love in the world.